Hi. This looks a little different than my last Hobonichi, but fear not, it is the same Hobonichi. It's just destroyed. Okay. So I set this Hobonichi up in my last video. I did this whole like Moxie Life thing, and I won't lie, I had a bit of a breakdown. Here's what happened. I made the mistake of setting up my Hobonichi, okay, and I'll just show, because at this point, everything's different now. I was going to do like a flip through of my setup, but it's changed. So this was my, this kind of setup, doing like my inspo board for the year. This is fine. I don't mind this. Doing all of this, which is what I don't even mind this setup entirely. It's fine. But this is exactly how I'd set up my last Hobonichi. And to be quite frank, I think I did it too soon, because I just don't know if I'm going to be doing this, following this, and it just felt like way too premature. And then the Moxie Life stuff, and then this happened. Okay. So then I go to set up my first week, a week ago. And now I used the wrong color. And so I had to go over it with another color. I was trying to follow like the Moxie Life colors, and I realized I did the wrong one. And then I realized, because I should point out, I had not really written on the actual paper, right? On the actual paper itself. Everything I had done was on paper that I had put in, that I had stuck on over, right? So I didn't actually practice to see if I had like a bad batch of paper. If you're familiar with the 2025 Hobonichis, there was this bad batch of the paper that that some people didn't, it didn't work. It was had a really bad bleed through. And so when I did this, I was like, oh no, look at the bleed through, right? It's awful. That's so bad. That's so bad. And I was like, oh no. But here's the thing. I had written on April 1st, I had started it, and I use a pen I don't normally use. I used a Zebra Sarasa clip, which doesn't smear in here, but you can probably tell, it bled through quite a bit. And so I'm like, oh no, do I have the bad paper? And I should point out, it didn't really bleed through. It's just very heavily ghosting, right? Whereas this was clearly bleed through. Okay, so I've established that. So let's go back to my little pen test page. And I was like, all right, I'm going to pen test the Moxie Life. I'm going to pen test all these. And it was fine. A little bit on the Moxie Life markers, but they're just a more inky marker anyway. But the other ones were fine. And the Uniball Jetstream 0.5 is usually what I write with. And you can tell, that's been fine. So what happened, though, was I think I had a bit of a breakdown and was like, oh my gosh, my Hobonichi is the bad paper. I don't even like this right now, this whole setup. And I was like, okay, maybe. And the truth is, I had just been kind of nervous, and that sounds so ridiculous, but I had just been a little bit apprehensive. I've been so excited to start my Hobonichi, but I think I was just a little bit apprehensive as well. Long story short, I clearly took off all the stickers. I was because I did not want to get rid of those. I liked these stickers and I didn't want to ruin them or lose them. So I took the stickers off, and I just put them on what is this? It's not vellum. It's parchment paper. And so I just stuck them on here so I could reuse them again. And granted, their stickiness does, they're still sticky. But obviously I don't want to leave them on here forever. But I took all of these off, and because I wanted to save them and use them for something else. These ones I might as well just take off too. But I'll throw these ones away because they're you can tell, ripping up. So here's the thing. I destroyed my cover, and it's still sticky, mainly just right here. This is the part that's still sticky. The rest, it just tore it up, right? And I think I'm going to I'm not going to re-put my stickers on because I think that'll just be kind of, I just don't know how well it'll work now. It'll just cover things up, and I just don't think that's what I'm going to do. And it's funny because in my last video, or in one of my last videos when I set this up, I think I talked about how, oh, maybe one day I'll put paper over it. But not yet. I'm not ready to do that. I like stickers. That day has changed. That day has come now. It has arrived because I'm going to cover it up. I have to at this point. I have a few different options, which I will go through. You can see like it really pulled this up. I almost want to just rip this whole thing off, to be honest. So basically I'm showing you how to fix your Hobonichi when you've ruined it. And we'll see what happens. But that's, oh, and I should just even say too, like I briefly was like, do I want to go back to a happy planner? There's a quote, I'm just trying to rip up this part that's really like here I'm not going to worry, but I could probably rip that up, but I'll leave it for a second. There's a quote that I think is just going to be my mantra for the year. And it is right, where is it? I have it somewhere in here in this mess. Right here. Gustav Flaubert, he's an author. He wrote like Madame Bovary and stuff. He says, be regular and orderly in your life so you may be violent and original in your work. And this, I'm just lacking this so much. I'm violent and original, and obviously he doesn't necessarily mean it like original the way that we think of it. I mean, he does, but I know everybody says like nothing really is original, but just go with me, I guess is what I'm saying. The point is, he's saying so that you can put everything just into your work and make your work whatever you want it. So have your regular life be regular and orderly. And mine is just chaotic. I have no system. I have nothing to keep ideas organized. I have nothing to keep track of my housework very well. Everything is just a mess. Everything's a mess. And I can't do that anymore. I need to have some more order in my life. In the last week since having this breakdown, I purchased, now granted, it was 75% off, so I don't feel super bad about it, but I purchased 2 large, like big size happy planners. One, again, 75% off, so they were like $8 each. But I got one notebook and one planner, like a checklist layout. And I was like, maybe this will work. And I really actually like the big size happy planner. And I do think I need something like that for the business side of things. And then even when it comes to house stuff, like more record type keeping, I guess, or something like that. I also made, I should even go grab it. Hold on, I'm not going to pause. Hold that thought. Okay, I'm back. Maybe if I care to, I'll edit that out. This was a Canson mixed media book, the like blue mixed media books, if you've ever seen those. And I painted the cover, and I just did this like on Saturday. And I'm like, okay. And you can see like I took my Cultivate, that was my Cultivate stickers that I put up here, and I had taken those off and I saved those too. And I stuck those here. And I was like, I'm just going to do a seasonal mixed media book. I have done this before. I have other ones from a couple years ago. And I had a blast making this. It was so much. I love it so much. I honestly, it makes me want to make like mixed media covers for other people and sell them. I love doing this. I have such a blast doing this. It's so much fun. So I made this. And I really honestly, like I used one of Sarah Cannon's blank. So I just did it for the Paschal season, which is technically we're not in yet. It's 2 weeks away. Pascha is the Orthodox Easter, which this year is on the same day as Western Easter. And we still have 2 weeks, but I went ahead and just included those 2 weeks in here. And then the Pascha season goes from Easter all the way through, like right before Pentecost is kind of how I I'm mapping that out. So the idea is, and this is what I've done before, I put in, this layout was new, but I did my calendar this way, just all of it, right? The whole 9 weeks of this particular season. I did a spring cleaning spread of things I wanted to do in the next 9 weeks, some church to-dos I have to do, some homeschool stuff, my writing goals for this time period, my Etsy goals. I didn't really do much else after that. And then I've got these blank pages that can be left for either note-taking or ideas or drawing or whatever. And then I go into my days, and I usually set up my days for the week to kind of all have the same. I included an extra Sunday in this one just because it was kind of on its own thing, because I like to start my week on a Monday. And so anyway, so this one has 2 Sundays in it, but that's fine. And so I kind of try to do a theme for my week, for my dailies within the week, if that makes sense, so that it's obvious which days go. I mean, obviously they would go with that week, but you know what I mean? Just so there's a little bit of breakup in there, like of, the decoration or whatever. And so these are my journaling, very similar to Hobonichi, right? Like I don't really have true monthlies or weeklies, because I just have these calendars up here. But I really love this. I love doing this, and it gives me space to play artistically, and I love it. I think it's great. The problem is, I have to set it up myself. And it's only once every 10 weeks or whatever. Like if I stuck with this, like doing the Orthodox season, like, sorry, I'm out of frame. Like I like this, right? Like it's great. The problem is I don't really know how orderly this is, like system-wise, right? There's just no real way of keeping things regular and orderly in here. I just feel like if I'm going to journal, like really journal, I'm going to need more space. I can't really, like here I wrote journal type entry about struggling with planners. Here I was just upset and I wrote some stuff, and then I also wrote some to-dos. I don't know. I just don't know. But I love this, and it was so much fun to make. And I already had this. I didn't spend money on that. I already had it, but still, So here's my thought, is now I'm like, do I want to go through here and like pull these up? I've already done this so many times. I've messed this up before, but we're just going to go through. And yeah, it's just right here. Oh my gosh, this is actually easier than I was expecting it to be. Now, granted, this section is kind of rough because, oh my gosh, that was so much easier. I'm sitting here making this huge deal about how like scared this is or whatever, and oh my gosh, that came off so easily. And I know this is wasteful and so much work and printing and ink and all that, but I can't do it. And it was just too much. Doing Moxie Life was going to be too much for me. I just felt like I couldn't do that. Last year it was fun, but this year I did that whole spread, and I just can't do it this year. It just felt way too overwhelming to me. And I just need less. I need less stuff to worry about. Okay, this one's causing me a little bit of an issue. Let's see. The Hobonichi paper is thin, but it can be forgiving if you go slow, which is what I'm not doing currently. And I will probably go through here and see, like, it's clearly pulling up, and like right there it just broke. So I'll definitely like have to tape this back down, but it still is usable. Like this is a little rough. You can see like that's a little rough, but already I love the way it feels so much better. Okay, that's all that. I'll fix that in a minute. And then all I have to do, okay, this is really pretty. I actually do really like this. This was really fun to make too, and it is really pretty, but I don't know if I mentally can handle having it in here. It is really pretty though, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna pull it out. And I know some people watching are probably like, oh my gosh, just cover it up, or you're ruining it or whatever. And I get it, but I can't, like, it'll just bug me knowing that it's here and that I didn't do it. Or that, I'm not really following it anymore. And the thing is, like, my other Hobonichi had plenty of things like that, like things I had started and didn't do. But I just feel like in these first pages, it's very, I don't know, like, I haven't even done the, turning the page to a new year spread or anything. I just completely broke down And I won't say I've never cried over a planner before. I actually don't think I cried over this. I think I was just feeling very overwhelmed and I just couldn't do it. So when I say breakdown, I don't mean like, you know, throwing a tantrum or anything. Again, not that I've never done that before. Not a tantrum, but like I've cried over planners. It is true. I am a 30-year-old woman, 37-year-old woman. Okay. And I am just obviously going to cover this up again. Also, it is really, I'm going to take off. I'm wearing a tank top underneath my little sweater, but it just feels very warm. I am going to have to pause this like I've done in the past because I have to go make dinner. But I just wanted to start this. I was kind of having a moment where I was like, you know, because here's the other thing. I was like, do I want to just use my A6? Like, I love the cover for the A6 the most. It's my favorite cover ever that I've had for Hobonichi. It's that charcoal fairy. Oh, I love it so much. And I almost am like, do I just want to do that for the cover alone? And just try the small one. But I'm like, I do like having the weekly layouts. Okay, I think this, and I think that's written on there. Okay, so this I'm going to cover up, and I'll just have to white that out, and the whiteout's not here. I'm going to probably have to run back out to the kitchen where all my stuff is. So here's what I'm going to do here. And what I'll probably do is actually, I will probably pause this so I can make dinner, and then I will do a couple printouts and get my paper ready, and then I will put it in here. For this, just to like cover this up. I actually like a year ago, I think I bought on Etsy a Hobonichi printable that is basically an undated layout of this. And I got them so that I could, because I think I had a mess up on something, and I was still so new to Hobonichi. It was like 2 years ago that I didn't, or maybe it was even last year. I don't remember. Point of the story is I bought one so that I could cover up, or I think I was trying to do a practice layout. I don't know. Point is, I taped it in here. And I'm just going to do that for this, at the very least, this side. And I'll take care of that. Because we're only on, as I'm filming this, it is Monday the 7th. So, like, obviously I have this whole week that I can do. And that's, this. I'm going to take this out. And there's that. And then we're on the 7th. So I have a few days that I've missed. But that is all right. I might go through and do a little bit of back planning. Otherwise, I might just go through and, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it blank. Who knows? Or maybe I'll have it be extra note pages. That's the beauty of this. Wow. Okay. So I'm happy now. This already. And then I'm going to cover it too. So I'm going to pause the video, go start dinner, and go get some stuff printed out so I'm ready to go. And then I'll come back. For me, it'll probably be about 40 minutes or so, or even a day. For you, it'll probably be in the next couple of seconds. And I will be back to redo my Hobonichi 2025 Spring Start Edition. Also, I don't know if I put this in here too. This is from, it's from one of Sarah Cannon's HB90 planners or worksheets or something like that, free downloads. I can't remember the specific one I printed this from, but I think it might be the most recent Q2 one. Anyway, and I printed it on this cardstock I got from Michael's. It just says like just one more chapter. Like it was from a book pack of paper. So I stuck this here, and I do think I like this. So I'm going to keep this here. Even though I feel like this also I'm going to keep here just because this is like an idea parking lot sort of a thing. And I'm going to leave this here because this I don't mind. But this is kind of the quote right here. This quote, be regular and orderly in your life so you may be violent and original in your work. This is kind of where I want my focus to really go because I love being creative in my planner, but I am also very ready to give more of myself to my work, to my writing, to my amateur art, just to other creative endeavors, my zines. I'm just ready to do this. I'm so ready for this. So we're just doing a revamp. It's okay to start late. It's okay to, it's never too late to start something new or to try something new. And for me, you know, last year in my Hobonichi, there were plenty of pages that I, you know, had ideas, and then I moved on from those ideas and I left them where they were in the planner, and I didn't worry about taking them out. Unfortunately, I just couldn't do it with this one. So I'm going to go through and fix these pages a little bit later, and we're gonna do a revamp. So, and you know what I'm actually gonna do? This is a 20-minute video. I've had some really long videos lately. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop this video now, and this will be maybe part 1. If you are looking at the video and there's still like an hour left, then know that I changed my mind. But as of right now, I actually think I'm just gonna nix that, and this will be my first video in my redoing my Hobonichi weeks, or my Hobonichi cousin. Okay, I'm already feeling better about this little disaster of a book. All right, thanks so much for watching. I will be back soon. Have a great day. Bye.